Hello, hello, hello. It's Stephanie here from Rent to Rent Success. Delighted to be back with you for another short and sweet video. This is number 21, answering your questions. Lots of information in only a little bit of time. So I think you are going to enjoy this one. It is a question from David, who sent me an email. And David's question was, but isn't rent to rent too time consuming? And so this is what I would say to you, David. It depends what you're comparing it to. If you're comparing rent to rent to owning your own properties and letting them out via letting agents, then yes, rent to rent is much more time consuming. But if you're comparing it to working in a job you don't like, every day for 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life, and just letting that go past with all the resentment and feelings of unfulfillment, then rent to rent is not time consuming. And this is a question I get asked quite a bit, because I think people miss out a fundamental part of wealth creation. Rent to rent is a great way to be able to make money for most people really quickly, and it's something where you put in some time so that you don't need to invest a lot of money. When you can invest a lot of money, you don't need to invest as much time. So it's a balance. And at the start, you put in more time and less money. Later on, you can put in less time and get more money. And let me give you an example of that. So when we started with Rent to Rent 3 years ago, we what did we do? When we started, we did everything ourselves. So I was doing most of the viewings, I was doing the tenants onboarding and all of that things. If anybody needed to go to the house to wait for a fridge, I would go. So it was time consuming. But then using the systems that we share with you, we systemized it and we brought on a property assistant, and now we have Luke and he does that. So I spend very little of my time in the HMO Heaven side of the business at all, which is fantastic. Because I'm operating on the coaching side more now, which is brilliant. And you can do the same. But yeah, you've got to be able to create wealth, you need to invest something, whether it's money or whether it's time. Let me talk to you, because you might be watching this thinking, well, I was thinking about rent to rent. I've got a full-time job. I've got a young family. Well, many of our rent to rent Kickstarter students have all of those things. And just to let you know how much time that it takes. Initially, when you're first setting up your business and you're marketing and you're going out there to get your first property, we say to allow 4 hours a week. Now, it can be, you can do it in less if you're very focused, but it can be lunchtimes, it can be after work, it can be weekends. You usually will need some time during the week because you want to correspond with people who are only available during the week. But 4 hours a week to get your dreams. If one of your dreams is to be able to create your own income so that you don't need to rely on your job, then what will you do for you? So many of us push down our dreams, remembering I didn't start this business till I was 45. What was I doing in those previous years? I was saying to myself, there were unconscious messages: this isn't for you, business isn't for you, you can't be successful at these things. So I told myself all of these wrong messages, that they're lies really, that we tell ourselves so that we don't have to feel uncomfortable. Because when you go after your dreams, none of us have dreams that are easy. None of us sort of dream of working at McDonald's, for example, behind the counter, flicking the burgers. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's quite an easy job to get. You could probably go into any McDonald's and get yourself a job. We all dream about things which take a little bit of effort. So the people who are successful are the ones who say, yeah, I'm prepared to put in that effort because I want that result. So I'm prepared to put in 4 hours a week. because I want that result. And at the moment, I don't have the money to invest to buy the properties to have a totally hands-off existence. So for the next, maybe you say 2 or 3 years, I'm going to do this, and then take the next step, and then take the next step, and then take the next step. So whether rent to rent for you is really about, some people don't like managing properties, so maybe another investment strategy is for you. But some people don't do this because they like managing properties, or they want to spend 4 hours a week building a business. They do it because their vision for their life is to create their own revenue, to create their own wealth, not to rely on a job, and eventually to buy their own asset. That is their vision for their life. And because that is their vision for their life, they're prepared to do the things that you need to do to get that. Now, the things that you need to do to get that are not, I was going to say they're not difficult. They're not, but there is a bit of complexity to it. But once you have the system, it's not difficult. All you need to do is work the system to deliver the results and to deliver for yourself. Whenever you do something that you don't want to do, like maybe you're calling an agent, when you put the phone down, the call didn't go well, you say, I did that for you. I did that for you. When you write to landlords and then you get a landlord letter and you go and visit and you get your first deal, you say, I did that for you. All of these things you're doing for yourself to get the results that you want in your life. And it's so, so powerful. And I'm so glad that 3 years ago I took the plunge. And I invite you, if that is the dream for your life, to take the plunge in the next step of whatever that is for you. If you think it might be rent to rent, then do book a call with me about rent to rent, our rent to rent Kickstarter program, where you get everything you need to get your first deal. But it could be something entirely different, but make sure you take that first step. As Martin Luther King said, even though you can't see the whole staircase, take the first step. And it's such great advice. I hope you enjoyed that today. Now you're going to have an amazing day, and this is how it's going to happen. You're going to hit that subscribe button, and that's going to make you feel amazing and give you 7 years of good luck. So hit the subscribe button and the like button, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye for now.